Assalamu alaikum students. Hope that all of you are fine. Today we are going to have our first lecture, video lecture on Java. Before this lecture, we have uploaded some material in terms of PDF and other resource files which covers the preliminary part of the Java programming, which includes history of Java with its features, understanding JVM and its architecture, setting up of JDK, setting up of path for the JDK on both bases, that means the temporary basis and on permanent basis. We have also taken the concepts like what are keywords, what are tokens, what are identifiers, what are different data types available in Java, what are primitive data types and what are non-primitive types. Today in this we are trying to understand we will try to understand basic structure of Java program. The Java program can be programmed in many different ways or can be programmed with the help of the different IDs. In today's lecture or in throughout the lecture series, we will use the NetBeans for our Java program. We need to create a project which will help us in programming Java. Here we need to name the Java uh, application like we have used the demo. So demo will be the class name as well demo will be the package name. As demo is the class name, that means the class name and the file name should match. Within the Java, it is mandatory that file name and Java file name and class name should match. Let us wait until project will be completed. Okay. Here we got a project by the name of demo, which is having a demo inside it as a package and a demo.java as a file, which contains a different text, predefined text. The first line which depicts as package, that means this particular Java file is in a package of demo. We are going to talk about the package, but not here. We will cover this particular package concept in the lateral part of our series. The first line that comes in the mind or that we can be able to see is this public class demo. This public class demo is actually the baseline of our class of our program. It has a three particular uh, English like words: the public, the class, and the demo. As you have already aware about what are the identifiers and what are the keywords, so public and class are the keywords and while as demo is the identifier. When we talk about the public, what is the role of the public here, what is the role of the class here, and what's the role of other things here? So we will see that this public is actually the access specifier. What access specifier you might have already covered it in the C++, you might have already covered it in the other language, but access specifiers are actually the visibility of our the data of our class of our object wherever it is applicable, wherever it is used, it actually identifies the accessibility or visibility of that particular thing. Class is actually used to create a particular class, and demo is name of the class. It will tell the compiler that please create a class with the name of demo for we people, which you will have public as a access specifier or public as a visibility. Now coming towards the second part or second line of our program, which is public static void main string args. These are again the text keywords or text words that public, static, void, main, etc. Here each and every particular word has an individual meaning. See, it is same that public that I have highlighted. Public does have the same meaning as it was on the previous line. Public means here the access specifier or the visibility. That means it is public in domain, while a static has some particular meaning here. A static can be used in variety of the things, but here static means that we will not be we are in not in a need of creating the object. However, the JVM will invoke this particular method automatically itself. That means we are not exactly creating any particular object for this method. It is being taken by the care is being taken by the JVM. Then void. Void means the particular that method is not going to return anything. And main is the name of the method. And these are actually called the comma arguments. That means whenever we are going to execute, it's not only that the file name is being forwarded to what you are compiling. It has some additional information we call that as a command line arguments. And command line arguments, this particular string, array of the string takes those command line arguments and feed it to the next level so that our program will get successfully executed. So this is actually the base structure of our program. But if we want to run a particular line of the code, say for example, system dot out dot println, and in this we will say to Java, welcome to the Java program. So when we talk about this thing, welcome to the Java programming, it is same as that of your what you have used the print F statement in C, and you have used the C out the statement in C++. The main motive of these two statements was to print the particular string or particular thing or particular the value on the output. So when we are going to execute this particular program, we just need to run this. Right click here, run file. When this particular program will be run, the output is welcome the programming language. Let us again try to actually make some reviews about how a variable can be defined in terms of your Java. You can define your variable same as that you have defined in other language. Only the syntaxes may differ in Java because Java is strictly what we can say a typed language. So here we have to keep the things in mind that Java is strictly typed. So in order to declare a variable, we need a data type, what kind of the value the variable is going to store, and the variable name. Say for example, we have an integer num variable. This means the declaration part only. That means a variable is of type integer and it is capable of type holding integer data. And when we are assigning it like that, num equivalent to 3, and this means that now assignment is being done for this variable. Integer num is only declaration part, while a num equivalent to 3 is the assignment part. And it can be written in a combined form like this. It can be written like this: integer num equivalent to 3. Also, within the C++, it was, or within the C, it was defined. There was a defined slot for declaring the variables. But when we talk about the Java pure object-oriented language, it's not like that. We can declare the variable at any place, at any time, or what we can say where we need, we can create a variable and use it. Say for example, after this statement, we are going to have another variable. Say for example, in num2 equivalent to say 5, and after that we are going to use it as if num sum equivalent to num1 num plus num2, and we are going to have say system dot print dot out, and we are going to summation of two numbers equivalent to this plus is the concatenation operator, and we are going to have concatenate it with the summation. So if we are going to run this particular program, it will give us a summation of two numbers is 8, because we have one number is being declared as 5 and another number is being declared as 3. Now when we talk about the variables does have scope and lifetime. That means a variable for how much time it can be alive, or for how much time, for how many blocks it can be accessible. Say for example, if I'm taking the same example like this, I'm amending the code and I'm writing like this: if num is greater or equivalent to 3, is it num is greater or equivalent to 3? See what we are going to do, we are going to just say, just to check a particular condition. Say for example, I am writing it like this: num num underscore no, yeah, num underscore num2 equivalent to say 10, and we are going to use say for example uh, system dot out dot print num2. But outside of this block, I just need like this. I'm writing like this: in sum equivalent to num plus num2, and system dot out dot print summation is equivalent to plus sum. If you run this particular program, it will throw an error, or it says that cannot uncompiled source cannot find the symbol num2. That means num2 is not available here. It cannot find num2 here, because num2 was locally declared within this particular segment of the code, which is being divided like this. That means this particular code or this particular variable does have scope and lifetime within this, and after it comes out of the block of this particular block, the it goes it's not live and its scope is not visible. However, if I am writing the same value, same number like this, I am going to cut it here, but I am going to drop it here, or I'm going to drop it anywhere after this, but not within the block of this particular thing. Now you will see that if I'm going to run is this, okay, here we have num2, but num2 is being declared downside because it's not available at the upside where we are going to. So let me comment this particular thing. So now run file. So obviously summation equivalent to 13, because this summation, this sum is exactly the summation of num2 and num3. Num2 and num3 are in both are in the block of mil, while as this, if we are going to use as control z control z control z control z and control z, that means the same code that we have done in previously, num2 was declared locally within this particular. That means the scope of this particular variable will have been like here, and lifetime, that means how much it will live, is this particular type where it can live. It's not available outside. This is what we call as scope and lifetime of variable. Students, in this lecture, we have taken two topics. First was the structure of our core Java program, which we have taken. Second was declaration of the variable, and with the declaration of the variable, we have elaborated the concept like lifetime and scope of a variable. Hope that you have understood this question, this topic as well, and let us further practice these two topics so that we will get more knowledge about this. Thank you for watching this. Have a good day.